There are certain lessons that must be whispered, not shouted, not looped through motivational shorts on autoplay, or filtered through trending hashtags. There is no CTA here, no coupon code, no urgency fabricated by a flash sale. If you're listening at all, it is already enough. This is not content. This is a reminder. You are allowed to unplug. Let's begin in a quiet place. One not just in the world, but in the spirit. A place beneath the algorithms, beneath the infinite scroll and the blinking dopamine trap of notifications. A place older than the modern, older even than words. There's something wrong here. And it is not with you. It is with the way we've all been taught to breathe, through wires and glass, mistaking connection for communion. You may have noticed it, an inexplicable hollowness, even as your schedule is full. You've seen the light of the screen more times than the sun this week. You've had more interactions through usernames than handshakes. You've asked yourself, what did I even do today? And then repeated it again tomorrow. This dislocation from self is not coincidence. It is the modern malaise. Some years ago, the philosopher and physician Albert Schweitzer was asked what had gone wrong with the modern man. He answered, men simply don't think. And that wasn't an insult. It was an observation of spiritual paralysis. We have minds made for contemplation, and we have replaced that contemplative hunger with consumption. We no longer think, we absorb, we imitate, we conform. What has emerged is a species of outer-directed man, a man governed not by inner, but by the reflex of what everyone else is doing. That conformity has become its own quiet kind of death. Not dramatic, not tragic, just dull. It was Rollo May who said that the opposite of courage in our time is not cowardice. It is conformity. It is the erasure of one's inner world in favor of comfort, of the known path, of the applause of strangers. And that is why when you wake up and wonder why it feels like life is on autopilot, it is because you gave away the wheel. To live differently, you must begin by listening to the stillness. Clean your room. Throw away old fragments of a self you no longer wear. Dust the shrine of your silence. This is not housework. This is an exorcism. The space we create in is sacred. If it is clustered, your mind becomes a mirror to that chaos. Our surroundings are not just backdrops, they become symbolic. They're symbols that reflect what we tolerate in ourselves. Clean your room, wash your body, drink warm water, and don't be afraid to put on some chapstick when you have dry-ass lips. These are not trivialities. These are rituals of re-entry into the world of the living. But you must go further still. You must starve the parasite of overconsumption. The mind was not built to swallow 2,000 reels a day and digest them meaningfully. Just as the gut requires fasting to reset, the soul demands intervals of boredom, of nothingness, so that ideas can ferment, so that imagination has space to stretch. We are physically constipated, bloated with inputs, unable to produce outputs. You don't need more inspiration. You need less interference. What you need is silence. Once, long ago, it was believed that creativity was not a function of effort, but of divine participation. The Greeks called it the daemon, the Romans the genius. It was something that lived beside us, not inside. It visited the prepared, it avoided the frantic, and it fled from the man obsessed with controlling the outcome. Create, not as a means of arriving, but as a means of shedding. That is the only authenticity left. And for heaven's sake, do something different. Break the pattern, drive a new route. Ask a question you've been too afraid to. Talk to the friend you've ignored. Order a different coffee. Make a different mistake. These micro revolts may not shift the world, but they will shift you, and that is where revolution begins. But if all of this still feels like effort, here is your only real task. Do the thing you are avoiding. The phone call, the apology, the confrontation, the chapter, the walk, the brush, the canvas, the quiet. Whatever it is, name it and then do it. Avoidance is not neutral. It is the rot beneath our most beautiful intentions. Guilt does not sit idle. It metastasizes. You are not lazy. You are overfed and spiritually sedentary. You need to feel your own hunger again. Do not confuse this message for inspiration. I'm not here to lift you up. I'm here to interrupt your trance. Even this video, it's hypocritical entirely. Do not mistake it for virtue. The fact that I am on this platform telling you to get up, it is its own bitter irony. But I say this because it must be said. The best thing you can do is stop watching these things, not just this, everything. Go outside, touch the world with your feet. Make something that dies if you do not tend to it. You do not need more internet friends. You do not need more followers. You do not need to go to the grocery store alone and be witnessed by the cashier. You need to show up to the community center, even if you feel awkward. You need to cook with your hands and burn something. You need to grieve offline. One day, if you are lucky, you will lie on your deathbed and you will not think, I wish I had more subscribers, more followers. You will wish you had seen more sunsets, forgiven more easily, and danced when no one was watching or filming. So what's the point of me saying this at all? Silence is a message. Sometimes people forget how to hear it. This video, essay, whatever it is, this whisper, is a finger pointing back to that world. Do not stare at the finger. Do not rewind the video. Walk away. Casual is not just a mode in Team Fortress 2. It is the default state of the human spirit when not actively chosen. It is the flicker of comfort that comes from refusing to engage deeply. Reject casualness. Reject autopilot. Begin again, earnestly, as a beginner. That is where everything good begins, at the bottom of the ladder. You may not feel powerful online, but in time, in life, raw life, you still possess dominion. You still choose. You still steer the machine. Make the decision that matters, and then do it again tomorrow. Take care, and beware.